Alrighty, hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David and her ladyship? I don't know if Bassman and Basswoman can hear us. If you can, hello. Um, Now I'll flick the link up. Now and paste. Now, oh, and perhaps it's sent. There we go. Now, this morning I'm getting stuck into the what am I getting stuck into? Something. Yes. Um, Hardly ho. How you doing? Oh, hey, Reverend Robbie. Um, Now this morning I'm getting stuck into suspension.
Hello, Robbie.
Hey, suspension as in that of the
What do
car
you
suspended in some sort of B&D thing. Um, Deary me, some of the things that go through my mind. I sometimes wonder what people think. Well, oh well. In any event, we all know what happens before anything else. Boom.
Kappa. Oh, yeah, I need that.
Alrighty. Now, move the chair around. I made an I've made a decision.
All right.
I'm checking out some houses today. Now, there's two I'm interested in. If I get either of them, they're actually 3 bedroom. And so are a few places I'm looking at. Now, here's my theory is: if I get a place that's 3 bedroom, that's probably going to give me an adequate enough amount of space to consider doing two things very realistically, very easily. One, my ship. Two, a diorama, because I have the basis of one, and I want to get that done at some stage, obviously. Um, so depending on what place I get, that may happen. Now, I did some more um, Chevy Orange. This still feels a little sticky because I did this quite late last night. That's probably the drill with that. The rest of them, but some of these, they're quite dry, so I don't know what the drill is with that, perhaps. I don't know. In any event, I'm getting the blue tack off here because this is all part of. I can get this. I don't actually need it to stay in there now. I'm finding this an intriguing color and indeed paint to work with. In as much, excuse me, as it's strangely sticky. I don't know if you've ever had that experience with the paint before. I haven't. But yeah.
Like you said. Hmm.
And like I sprayed that like that would be 10 hours ago. So you can see why I'm going, tis a little odd. Because you thought me well dry by now. Now, something I'm going to do is actually peel these bits off of the. Them I can see. This one is carefully camouflaged. Aha. That almost blended in on the. I think that's why I'm taking it off of there. I noticed how well it blended. All right, now. Excuse me. Do a little bit of tidying up on that, and this, I would say. And then, now where else do we have? There are other things I want to paint today. Here's something else I'll do very quickly while I think. Off you come. Oh, yeah. I didn't want you to come off. Although, while you're at it, a little tidy up on that. And a little tidy up on this, I would suggest, possibly. We'll see.
Yeah, I can use that.
Now, I did buy a fresh chrome paint. I did. Where did I put it? Yeah, and a bit of a tidy up there as well. That's fine. What are you working on today?
Putting the front lights onto this Bugatti.
Right, you are.
Um,
Oh, that reminds me. Let me have a look at. Let's see how. Where are they? Let's see how these ones are traveling. Okay, the bottom one's looking good, actually. That one I really like. That looks good.
mhm.
These ones are still drying. But if they come up looking like that, I'll be well happy. Because I think that looks like, well, dare I say it, a light.
Hmm.
So I'll just have to be patient, I guess. Which
I
is
went
always a
to
pain in the ass. Let's not be shy. Now,
got a relationship take you to the tip this morning. There's a shop they sell off things that's too good to go into the rubbish, and I've got a couple of books.
oh yeah,
Nice one on Typhoon Pilots. I think
wow,
that's the New Zealand company, I think.
okay,
Yeah. So or somewhere. And the other one is Mr. Stretch Roulette
oh wow,
and Desert DJ. So
nice one.
so £1 each for those. So
Yeah, yeah,
and
interesting.
a box of filters. They're a bit rough, but the box was, but the filters are okay.
Typhoons are a nice aircraft. There's actually one now. I'm trying to think. I think it was a Typhoon he flew. Have you ever heard of a guy named Jean Longchamp?
No.
Okay. Now, this is not entirely surprising, as his tail is more something that is known to aircraft, people who write into aircraft sort of stories. He was born into the Belgian aristocracy. And where the fuck is this new chrome I purchased? There is my old chrome there. I could probably use that. But aha! Aha! Here we go. Yes, Tamia. Now, anyway, as he was born into the Belgian aristocracy, and when the Germans invaded, he fled to the UK, but his father remained in the family home, sort of a thing. And as it happened, his father was murdered by the Gestapo.
Oh.
Yeah. And John took issue with this, as one might. And the story rolls that now I'm not quite sure on the exact logistics and hows and why this happened, but basically he went on his own, unsanctioned, into Brussels itself, flew and took out the Gestapo headquarters.
Hmm.
Then did a lap back and dropped the Belgian flag and flew off. As a result, I believe he did suffer some sort of court martial, but he did also get the Distinguished Service. He also got a medal for it. So it was like, you shouldn't have done that, but here, have a medal. You've done well. Which is very British, you must say, in its own little irony. Now, let's see how well this is mixing. This is to me, and it's an acrylic. Oh, bless their cotton socks. I do like acrylics. Now, oh yeah. Go you to me, kiddies. All right, let's do this. Now, I should probably get my goggles on. And I will start off, I think, with... my arm's starting to feel heaps better. I haven't gone for those, for the scan to see if it's infected yet, and I should. But it's healing so well, I don't think I need to worry about it, you know?
Oh, good.
Yeah. That said, I'm still going to have to take some time to let it heal properly, you know?
Yeah, it gradually gets there.
Which is a bit annoying. As I don't like having to be having to limit myself in what I'm doing, if you follow me.
Yeah.
I went and visited a mate yesterday who's he's a few months younger than me, is the bottom line. And he's sort of a bit more of they'll be getting older sort of mindset than I am. I refuse to accept that I'm that old. I know I'm living a lie, but hey, at least it's a good lie. And in any event, he, as I said to him, look, there was a time in my life when if I looked at somebody with a raised eyebrow, they had every right to be very, very concerned. These days, I look at somebody with a raised eyebrow, yes, they should be concerned, but I'm probably going to come up kind of sore too. And as he said, yeah, that's pretty much the reality. It's still a lethal weapon, but the weapon's got a bit of damage that's coming and get afterwards. All right. Now, I might just go from on this underside angle. Here we go. Make this look nice and pretty, we will. I'll be going to the hobby shop on Friday, I reckon. When I do that, I will get some orange that I can put on with a brush for the little touch-ups that I will require. Because they're going to happen. This we know. This we know. Wouldn't it be nice? It'd certainly be novel if just once, with all the masking and everything, it came up perfect. I've had some good results, but never perfect, you know? The lawn people are coming or about to start. I might want to shut the front door, I reckon. I picked a bad time. I'm midway through my... Okay. A bit on there, I would suggest, and there. And then I'm going to go shut the front door. And then I'm going to show you what I've just done. Yeah. Dearie me.
Oh, yeah.
That'll at least reduce the noise. Now then.
It's over.
Now. Yeah, move it that way. Now. What I just did there, and I'll hold it from there, is this is the rear suspension, or part of the rear suspension. And basically, I've now got the chrome through there, as you can see. Chassis orange. Oh, there's a bit more. Those probably got to tidy up some orange. But I'm also going to do these little discs here black. And that will be part of our suspension. There you go. Now, I will pop that over to here. Yes, I shall. Now, I'll do some tidy ups on this one. Yeah, a few needed here. Gotta say, not minding the Tamiya paint, which is unsurprising. Everything else they do is good, so you sort of expect that it would be good, you know? Which is, you gotta say, a marvellous thing of its own. That's around there. Now, this being acrylic, we should be able to finish these off this stream, time permitting. All right. that's going to look good. Excuse me. All right. Here we go. This one. Oh, there we go. So that's the other side of that other part. And that thing there, I'm going to paint black. I want to paint it black. So you get the idea. There we go. Now, put that over here to dry. Anything else I want to do with? Yes. Yes. This is part of the front suspension, I believe. Now, let's have a look at this. Yes. Here we go, boys and girls. And others. All right. Oops, a daisy. Just had part of an engine get stuck to the bottom of my hand. I know these guys have got to be here and they've got a job to do and all, but you know, I mean this next statement with love. I wish they'd fuck off, hey?
Yeah. We've got someone comes over here to do the gardens on a Tuesday. The early years is okay. They was doing everything right, and they sort of faded off and said, "Oh, we didn't know about that." And they just didn't want to do the job. And then somebody else came over. Oh, we weren't told about that. And the landlords, of course, they fobbed it off. Said, "My part is a grey area." In other words, they're not going to do that. So they're all over the far side, and we still got to pay for it all.
Now, it's getting quieter again. It's hard to hear sometimes because of the lawnmowers at the moment. Oh, good, they've gone out. They've gone to further areas away. That's better. I can hear now. Oh, spoke too soon. Deary me. Deary me. The Nepalese boy who I used to work with who had cerebral palsy used to think Deary Me was one of the funny, or thought it was one of the funniest things he'd ever heard. And you'd hear him sometimes yelling it out, Deary Me, when he's out in the playground. He was funny at times. He really was.
Well,
now,
his nan, was it?
Pardon?
Following after his nan.
Yeah. Dear, oh dear. Now, here's where I'm at with these. So here's the part of the front suspension, I believe that is. Now what I'm going to do, I'll be painting them probably black. And I do need to get some more of that orange, because this is stuff I'll tidy up with the brush. But they're starting to look nice. Now, next, I'll just tidy up the got a bit of miniature yarn going on. The engine blocks themselves, and then we can start getting stuck into. Oh wait, and there might be some stuff on the undercarriage. I'll give that a bit of a look-see. Yes, I will. Now, there.
Ah, dear.
Yeah, pretty. That's not going to matter, because that's where the sun goes. All right, there we go. One half of an engine block. Nice and pretty. You can go over to here. And then we can.
We did now.
What you looking for?
Snips.
Oh, yeah.
They're right in front of
It's
me. I
always
couldn't see
good
it.
when tools hide, isn't it? Oh my God! I used to know this, or I can't remember what the song actually was, as far as who played it, what the entire. But there was one, the big lyric, and it was more sort of like done with this full of whoa, sort of a voice was, "This is what happens when worlds collide." Now, where this becomes relevant is when you're rummaging around looking for snips or whatever. This is what happens when tools go hide. I'm sorry, that's terrible. But it is. So annoyed. Alrighty. There we go. And there's the other side. So that's going to look nice and pretty for us. Now let's have a look if there's anywhere here. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of little spots I wanted to go a bit further with our chrome. So I shall now do that. Like here perhaps. I seem to recall it being, oh yeah, here. Delay. You like that? You keep a knocking, but you can't come in. How you doing?
Hello, hello. I was waiting patiently.
You what?
I was waiting patiently.
You were.
What
Alrighty, now.
we tearing up, y'all? Hello, David. Reverend Robbie.
Those
I'm
things.
just doing a bit of tidying up on the chrome.
Yeah, I saw the engine. That looked pretty sweet.
It's coming along nicely.
No, wait a minute. It looks swish.
Now, let me just do a
Man,
bit of few other spots.
I tell you what, this pollen is kicking my horse.
Giving you a bit of a hammering.
Man. Yep. Working on my ice.
As actually the line I tried out on this one is it's giving you a hammer and Cameron.
Yes. Pollen is still terrible around here. Last woman left
Spring
her
is the
wing.
worst time of year for it.
Yeah.
Spring and early summer.
Do you get it really bad around there?
Can do. It depends on time of year and stuff. And of course, with plants produce, or different plants produce their pollens at different times of year.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, sometimes I get hit with the sniffles in autumn. And I once even had the experience of I was going for a run down. And as I went down this street, as I got closer to this one house, my breathing got really quite congested. It was almost asthmatic level. But as I went past it, and I had to slow to a walk, once I got past it, my breathing got easier again. So some plants do produce some pretty heavy-duty pollens in autumn, but also spring is, and it can get quite full on.
Well, I thought with all that rain we had the other day that most of it was going to be washed off and gone like normal, but
Rain normally does fix that for you, yeah.
damn mess last night woke me up. You know what's worse than a bad night's sleep?
Yeah.
A bad night's sleep. That's what's worse than a
That's
bad
never
night's
good.
sleep.
Bad light sleep is straight out unpleasant, you know?
Man, I tell you what, I woke up about 1:40, nose stuffed up, couldn't fucking breathe. Got up,
Yeah.
moved around, blew my nose.
I gotta say, that is one of the beneficial aspects, I guess, of. I have a CPAP machine, and for fuck's sake, wait till this guy's gone. Hang on. There we go. I have a CPAP machine, so it takes care of all that shit for me when I'm trying to sleep, which is good.
Yeah, I had one of those back in the day when trying to sleep at night. You sound like Darth Vader.
Huh.
The bathwoman hated it.
Oops. Got
I
very
think she can
clumsy
drink my
there.
hose a few nights.
Well, my ex was very grateful when I started to use it because I snore like a freight train.
Oh, good
When
Lord. Yes, sir. I hear you over here.
and was actually affecting her sleep.
I know.
So it was a thing.
I'm just a sound sleeper.
And where else do I want to go with this? Let me smooth that out a bit.
Well, I can always tell when I snore at night. My what do you call it? Uvula is always swelled up about the size of my John Brown pinky hanging on the back of my tongue.
My brother found my snoring sufficiently bad that on more than one occasion he actually threw things at me, apparently. And
So now that
well,
Chris
I
got
actually do
why you
recall
play.
a boot landing near my head, sort of a thing. That's what he thought it was going to do. Or do you think it was going to stop it? You know, didn't think that one through, sunshine. But yeah, he would launch things at me in sheer frustration.
That's kind of bad.
Well,
So that's really what happened. That's really what happened to your hair. You got plummeted in the head so many times it just stopped it from growing, didn't it?
yeah, you caught me out. Now, I think that's this done in this color. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Giggity. I think that's everything I'm doing in this color at the moment.
You doing that reminded me of.
And I'll do that with normal steel. All right, clean brush. All right.
You doing that reminds me last night me and Bassman was watching our Family Guy and the Game of Thrones parody came on.
Oh,
man,
nice.
That's some good shit.
You got to say,
now I've seen Game of
would have to
Thrones.
be Joffrey, wouldn't he?
Yep.
You know, I mean, who else?
Yeah, now that I've seen Game of Thrones and I can connect, everything to everything.
Yeah.
Some funny shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's some good stuff. And then Brian, comes in there looking like Tyrion. He says, I drink and I know things.
And you got to say, O'Brien, that's pretty much how it rolls for him.
Yep. I drink and I know things.
Yep. Now, I want some natural steel, I do. Actually, before I do that,
you get all your business taken care of yesterday?
I did, and I've got more to do today, unsurprisingly. And I've got to go to. Oh my! Family going into a goldsmith shop under pretense of buying a wedding ring and palming one or two by daubing the hand with some viscous matter. So that's actually the term for going in, pretending to buy something and snaffling a couple. There you go.
All right.
Who would have thought?
Not I, said me.
Family of love, lewd women, also a religious sect. Family man, a thief or receiver of stolen goods.
Yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Who would have thunk it? I've been looking for another dictionary to start using.
Okay.
I have, there are a few that could be interesting. I'll get them on their way. But
how do you go about looking these up and finding them? These types of dictionaries.
Okay, the first one, which we could actually revisit for a bit, because we didn't get all the way through that, of course. I actually just knew to exist. This one, it came up on. I can't remember how I found that one actually, but I saw it. I thought, yeah, so you got to do it. Got to do it. And when I searched this time to find them was I searched under naughty dictionary book,
No, okay, okay.
and you find things, and then you go click under shopping. Some of the titles are genuinely supposed to be instructional manuals on sex. You think, how hard do you think this should be for people to work out, man? You know, it's a pretty. There's a number of ways you can go about it, sure, but at the end of the day, it's not that hard to work out.
Nope. Okay.
Um,
Give me some
in
ideas.
any event, the point being that yeah, you'll be amazed how many options come up. One of them that I wanted to get was out of print. So why the hell it was even put up there, I don't know, but there we have it. These are the trials and tribulations of existence. And it looks like I might need some more. Oh, there we go. So we'll get some more natural steel. I'm going to the hobby shop on Friday. I'm going to get some orange and natural steel. Tomorrow's Friday. There you have it. How exciting. Anyway, the
Rob.
point being, yeah, you get all these options come up and away you go. There was one I wanted to get, and I would have to go via Amazon. For some reason, I needed to open an account. I've purchased via Amazon before without needing an account. I just couldn't be fucked opening one. You know?
Yep.
And so I eventually just gave up on that idea. I know most people wouldn't. So that's not going to affect their sales in one iota. But I just couldn't be fucked signing up for accounts every time I have to buy something.
Affect Amazon sales.
Fun? Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah. No, it ain't gonna affect Amazon sales.
So yeah.
One bit.
No. But I'm just like I said, I couldn't be fucked signing up for just because I want to buy something.
You know what really sucks, man?
What's that?
Buy stuff from Amazon and the shit does not come with any kind of damn protective packaging in it.
The other thing that I find and I'm sure I'm not giving anybody any sort of like news bulletins here, is Bezos is making billions.
Exactly.
And he doesn't. There's a whole stack of things that you can look at and go, where are your ethics, man? Oh, wait a minute, you don't have any.
There's been several times I've almost stopped ordering from them, but damn it, man, you know, you get good prices and.
My frustration is this.
Do it anyway.
When I eventually, and again, it won't be too far away. Hang on a moment. There we go. Get my books on published. The reality, apparently, is that Amazon is the best platform to sell on because that gives you access to Kindle and all the rest. And with that, there we go. That's looking much prettier. There we go. I'm going to do them black. But then they'll look very nice.
Look good.
But yeah, and apparently about 95% of sales go via Amazon. So in a business reality, I have in truth but one option. I've got to go, well, not one, but that's the main option I've got to roll with. And when all said and done, business is business, and I'm going to be selling my soul to the devil. These are facts, you know? Because you cannot turn your back on that much of the market when you're trying to make money. And I think that really sucks.
So back in the day, So back in the day when somebody wrote a book, you know, they had to get a publisher, of course. You know, had to get some people to
Yeah.
back. So how did they actually? How
Do
did that
that.
work? How did that work? Did they just take the books and put them
Okay,
in
look,
stores?
I've attempted to go down that path. And the reason I stopped was because um, I was just trying. Because basically, when you send a thing into a publisher, you do it one at a time. That's just how it's done.
Right.
All the different editors speak to each other, and they'll know. They'll find out. They don't. It's considered poor form to send to multiple companies at one time, which I find kind of ridiculous. But we'll leave that there. And
Now, don't the way it worked? Don't they like read or go over what you've gotten
what you
and
do is
they buy it from you?
you send in a cover letter, you send in a synopsis, which is like a brief summary,
Yeah.
and you send your first 3 chapters. Now, depending on various factors, ranging from what they perceive as the marketability, what they consider to be trending at the time, what they're looking for, and that can even vary from one publishing house to the next. They may
Oh,
or may not publish. Now, in that circumstance, this is why you can go through the situation with like J.K. Rowling, where I believe she applied to 30 houses before she got taken up. And this is why I'm going, fuck them all to hell and back. I'll take care of this myself. It might be a longer time period, but fuck them. If that's how it is, I'll do it myself because there's a growing body of that's how it is being done increasingly. And to my mind, yeah. Look, if that's how it's going, it could take years anyway. Well, if it's going to take me years, I may as well as consider doing it myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take some time regardless of whatever route you take, but
I might as well do it myself.
you know, what's going to put
two
money
things
in your pocket the quickest?
The one thing, there's 2 things about that. One, that means that once their books are up, I've still got a lot of work to do on promotions and stuff. But 2, that also brings
but
in,
if
I get all the money, which is a very important thing to consider.
Oh, true. I mean, you need to get paid for your work and your thoughts, and
if you go via a publishing house, you'll generally get about 10%.
That's it, really. No.
Yeah. Now, with Amazon, depending on, and there's a price bracket you've got to go and da 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 da.
Yeah, that's money you got in your pocket, right?
Yeah, but you don't get all of it. I think you can, again, depending on what you're selling your book for, get 70%. Bing, no, there's a big difference there straight away. So, hello. Hey, Hathel, how you doing?
Hello, Hathel.
How you doing?
Oh, Jeffsy, how you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Jeff.
Yeah, I saw you're on, Jeff, so I thought I'd just pop by, as they say. Now, looking for, here we go, glossy black. I'll finish this front part of the front suspension off. And in fact, I'll also do them and looking, not finding yet. Give me a moment. I'm looking for the rear suspension setup. Oh. Hey, Columba. Give me a moment, guys. The box is out of arm's reach. I'll be back shortly.
We're back now. You here? What you working on, David?
Bugatti.
Oh, we got it. That's right. It is on spaghetti, didn't it? Spaghetti. You don't have something so simple be so difficult. Hell yeah.
With the Bugatti or however it's pronounced, you have to be thinking that there's got to be some sort of spaghetti rhyming joke you can make with that.
That's what Bassman said. It's not like David said spaghetti. I'm working on my
That's
spaghetti.
it. Or Bugatti is presumably a surname. So if you had a meal with him, could you have a Bugatti eating spaghetti?
Ah. That is a question.
It is a question. Now,
Man, you know who's still making commercials?
who's that?
Ric Flair.
Who?
Ric Flair. The wrestler. Ric Flair. You know Ric Flair. You gotta know Ric. Everybody knows Ric Flair.
No.
Yeah. Ooh. How you do that?
Don't know him.
Really?
Really?
80s wrestling, AEW, Wahoo
Bearing in
McDaniel.
mind, I never used to watch the wrestling, so I was never that much into it. Now, part of that is because my mum used to control the TV because we only had the one TV in the place. And so I was pretty much limited to what she used to watch. Now, anyway, rest assured, wrestling wasn't on the agenda.
Yeah. We had the same situation in our house. And during the summertime, had to watch my mother's love stories.
Oh no! One thing I would give my mum some credit is that at least what she watched did have some merit to it. In as much as one of them was actually, here's an interesting one for you. You might have heard me mention this series before. A British series from the 80s, Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister. And they are fantastic. And the reason they're fantastic is because they very accurately portray the interaction between the civil service and ministers and how bureaucracy works in the reality of government. And now, bearing in mind, this is based on what's called the Westminster system. Now, there are different systems of government. And the Westminster one is different to the US one, which is and so forth. However, the reason this becomes particularly relevant is that when I was in first year politics, I had to do an essay. The public service runs the country, not the government. Discuss. And discovered that was pretty much the case. And some of the very things that I saw cited in, because my mum used to watch Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister, so I watched it. Some of the very things they cited in there actually happen in reality. And what I mean by that is stuff like the way they will guide a minister to a certain option out of 4 policies. The way they'll present them, all sorts of things. And it was but yeah, she used to watch that. She used to, because of her, I watched David Attenborough. She was always onto the David Attenborough docos. So I used to get to watch stuff like that, which is not so bad because I kind of liked it.
Well, if you like it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it was educational. That much is certain.
Yeah, so are these love stories I watched with my mother. Is you learn how to love 3 women, get caught, not get caught. Man.
I'll tell you one thing on the topic of love stories. I always was under the impression that I think it's Wuthering Heights was all soppy and romantic. And I'm becoming aware that a whole stack of those writers, Jane Austen and Emily Bronte, their books are not soppy and romantic. They're actually quite harrowing.
Oh, yeah?
And, yeah, apparently. And I'm actually curious to read them as a result. Pride and Prejudice is certainly about just that. It's about prejudice. You think, perhaps this bears a bit more inquiry than my mind previously allowed, if you know what I'm saying. Because, yeah, it sounds like there's a bit of more substance to it than I gave it credit.
I mean, I tell you what, when you're 8, 10 years old at summertime, you don't want to sit there in the house on hot days and watch J.R. Ewing and which was Tom Selleck.
I would have to gotta say with regards to of course there was the whole Who Shot JR thing with Dallas.
Oh yeah, Dallas. Yep.
And I love the parody with the Who Shot Monty Burns. That the Simpsons did. I don't know if you've seen the whole 2 episodes.
I have, but it's a long time ago. Yeah, I've seen that one. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Just going now.
Vaguely, but I remember. I have seen that one.
Yeah. I love one of the lines he trots out at one stage with, it'll be like taking candy from a baby. Say, that sounds like a laugh. He just sees this kid playing in a playground. Oh, that sounds like an idea. Let's see that.
Good time. Good time.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a great pair of episodes. And I've got to say, as far as the way they went about it, from the viewpoint of the part 1 was the final episode of one season, and part 2, the first episode. You got to say, so you've captured your viewing audience straight away. Nice one. Yeah. Now, what's the time? I was saying to David that the 2 of these 3 places I'm looking at today.
Oh, that's right.
Have 3 bedrooms. Now, if I get hold of something that has 3 bedrooms, what I'm going to do is I can pretty much guarantee you that I will be using one of those rooms almost exclusively as a display room.
Oh man, that'd be grand.
Now, what that in turn means is that I will probably therefore try and allocate a space where I can do slowly but surely. And what it would be is that I'd do sort of like bits of it, of both of these next two projects here and there, sort of like a few weeks on this, a few weeks on that. I'd allocate space and I'd get onto A, my ship, and B, a diorama. Because I have the pieces I require for what's called the Pegasus Bridge attack, which is part of D-Day.
Okay.
And I do want to do it. And if I had a setup like that, I could. So that's something I would be considering depending on what place I get. And if I get one of these, there's a good chance it would be a long-term setup.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
which is what I'd
I
want.
would hope so, yeah. And, this might be a pain to ask, having to move and do what you're doing, but
Might work out just right for me. You never know.
Yep, that'd be the best thing you've done.
It is. I also have a another curious development. There's been I did some research on what I need to do to get my mentoring business off the ground. And one of the things I've got to basically do is go to places and meet business owners and execs. And you got to go to all these sorts of different places and where the high flyers go, basically. So this I'm in the process of doing. And I got an invite to go to this event where the speakers are, now over here we call them premiers, but they're the equivalent of your governors, right?
Okay.
And the speakers at this luncheon, one will be a former premier and two will be two former deputy premiers. And it's, whilst the topic is future threats to democracy, of course there's still going to be a lot of dudes there who are going to be the sort of people I'm going to want to give my business card to. So that's why you go to that. However, costs $275.
Damn.
Yeah, other side of the coin, as a mate of mine who was discussing this with said, yes, but in the final analysis, you got to spend the money to make the money. If that's where they go, that's where you got to go.
Yep.
Like, yeah, this is the sad realities of how it all rolls.
Yep.
Now, next. Now, here's something I was going to do. I'm going to show you this. So I reckon that's starting to look very tidy indeed. There we go.
Oh yeah.
I think I'll leave it like that. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Sweetly. That's pretty. That's pretty.
So yeah. Now these actual shocks, I'm actually going to do them red because they wouldn't be Chevy orange.
Yeah, a lot of times I do my shocks either orange or yellow. I mean, yellow or red.
I might do these spirals and the actual shock absorbers red, just as a bit of a contrast sort of a thing.
Yep.
Also, you don't want too much orange. Let's keep it in our pants. What am I saying? I don't normally keep it in my pants. Ooh.
Want to let it all hang out.
Here's something that will amuse, or at least I think it will. I've heard, speaking for myself, if I need to take a piss, so long as I can find somewhere suitably, this is when I go fishing. Because when you rock up, I might have had a couple of coffees before leaving home, and so by the time we get to our locale, I might need to take a bit of a piss. And myself, we're there bright and early, and I frankly, unconcerned. And indeed, if at any time while we're fishing, we're in the park, just be discreet, all's good. Chris can't get his mind around it. He really can't. And when he's there, you're careful when you start waving about there. You don't want to have to go and register yourself as a sex offender. Imagine going to your neighbours, telling them what you've been waving around.
Oh, they go on the website and say a picture of you, huh?
Hey Jeff. Yeah, it's but his horror at my lack of concern is comical to me, at least.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You were right, too. Whenever your mind has a trigger on it, and when you got to piss, if you're not close to a bathroom, you're okay. But, as you're getting closer to that toilet or where you're going to go.
There's something going on there, man.
Man, all hell breaks loose. And there's been times you're dancing, if you're at a toilet, you're dancing,
Yeah.
Like,
I tell you what I find it truly horrifying is when you got to take a crap and you're going through that experience.
Well,
let's face it, the outcomes of that going wrong are a whole lot worse.
Yeah, it is. And I don't care what anybody says. If you feel a fart and it's warm, you know to cut it off real quick.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Oh, something bad's getting ready to happen. Oh, Lord. Thank the good Lord for having a quick sphincter.
There's a scene out of Family Guy where Ryan's imagining himself well into the future because he's saying, I always wanted to die the way all dogs want to die, a great inconvenience to their owners. And it shows him saying something along the lines of, because basically he's obviously been crapping himself, and he makes reference to his sphincter's low shutter speed.
Man. Yep. Oh, whenever we go to Raleigh and you get on some of these streets and you drive for 7, 12 miles with houses side by side on each side of the road, and you better hope you don't have to piss. Because if you do, you're in trouble. And that's one thing I always do when I know we're going there is I don't drink coffee the morning of, because I know I'm gonna get on one of them streets. And it's always smart to carry a Gatorade bottle in the car with you.
I'll tell you now, when I was a courier, you'd be amazed some of the shameless efforts that I performed to make sure that I took care of business. For example, I could feel I needed to do a piss one day, and I needed to go do a piss badly. And I figured, well, there's a shopping centre that's not too far away on the route. I'll see if I can make it there, and everything will be good. It wasn't going to. Couldn't hold on that long, as it turned out. And how you get to that point of no return?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That point arrived when I was actually on a I think it's over here. What do you call it? A major road? It's a significant road, at least. Let's put it that way. It's got 2 lanes on either side, and There's a bit of traffic involved. It's near an intersection.
Oh,
I needed to do a piss. Anyway, so I went for the best move I could think of, which was I went to my van and I opened the sliding door to make it look like I was looking for something in there. I then spread my legs and discreetly took care of business out and back. Figured if I'm discreet enough, the most they'll think is, did I just see, or was that guy? Surely not. And by that stage, I'll be the fuck out of there.
Man, I tell you what, when
I got away with it. Well, at least to the best, to the point of having done the urination and not been arrested. So I achieved my objective there, I say.
Yeah, because when that situation occurs, your mind goes to figuring out what the hell you can do, how you can do it, and how you can get away with it.
Yeah, man.
Very quickly.
And that was my only safe option. Now I think my best effort, however, and because of the reaction this got from a few people, to me it's certainly something I think I should hold my head up high and be proud of. And I think I've told you this one. Chris and I were fishing one day in a place called West Lakes, which is actually a man-made series of lakes and quite a well-to-do suburb sort of a drill. And while we were fishing, I needed to do a crap. And I said, Chris said, do you want me to drive you to some dunnies? I'm down. No, there's some down at the park down there. I'm pretty sure I'd seen some down at this park. It's the bottom line here. And so okay, and off I went. And as I'm going along, with the urge getting stronger with every step.
That makes it worse, don't it? Get to the point where you can't really walk.
When I got to the park, to my horror, there were no toilets.
Oh, shit. Literally, shit.
And all I could think to do was I had some paper towel in my pocket. And there was some bushes across the on the street corner, and I thought, now's as good an opportunity as the way I'm going to deal with this as anyway. This is as good as it's going to get. And so this I then did, and I've come back and I've told Chris, and he's been quite horrified, because what you got to realise is that where I went as well was pretty much just behind someone's back fence. And we're talking about properties that are worth over $1 million.
Oh yeah, that's how these houses are in Raleigh, man. So we were passing by some of these houses areas,
and there's so many lines of humor with this that you can roll with. For example, there's the whole thing of, come to Dolphin Island, where you too can smell the turd from a fisherman in your backyard.
They're almost in the air.
But anyway, around that time over here, a guy was caught on camera. He was going for a jog, and he got caught basically taking a crap behind some business, and got caught on camera, and he became known as the poo jogger.
Damn, he got labeled.
Anyway, here's the beautiful part. The story of my fecal escapades, shall we say, got around Chris Chris's wife and daughter as well came to know the tale, and they thought it was just they thought it was funny. Anyway, and I became aware of this fact when I was over at their place one night. I could hear the reference were being made. It was quite apparent to me that, yeah, certainly even Chloe, his daughter, knew the drill. And at one point I couldn't help but look at her because she would have been, I'd say 16, 17 at the time. I've looked at her and said, "Hey, Chloe," she's looking over there. "I am the Pooh Fisher." Because the jogger he got called over was called the Pooh Jogger. And I said, "I'm the Pooh Fisher." And she almost fell onto the floor laughing. But yeah, that was an effort that I've used, little short of legendary in my eyes, and certainly Chris has referred to it a few times as something that would he reckons he would never be able to do that. I mean, why? Fuck him.
Man.
Now the thing I find as funny as a mental image is this is pretty savage. I'm trying to imagine hypothetically if somebody had actually seen it. And I'm just imagining sort of like a line of like, "Oh, the moon's looking very large tonight. Oh my God."
Damn.
Yeah. You can there's any number of those sort of setups you can roll with.
Yep.
It's a bit like there's a great episode moment in Family Guy where Peter and Cleveland are doing, not sure if it's Jackass they're trying to be, it's somebody, but they're videoing what they're doing, and basically Peter is crapping off a bridge onto a highway. As he's doing that, Lois is driving underneath the bridge with Stewie. And the line, Stewie looks up and says, "Are those two pigs vomiting?" And of course, Lois is just horrified. Anyway, the next scene, Lois is tearing strips off of Peter. And one of the things she says is, "And you've totally traumatized Stewie." You see Stewie in the corner going, "Don't use the windscreen, stop the windscreen wipers, you're making it worse."
That man got a stroke over here.
Oh dear.
Two pigs vomiting. That's good.
Dear, oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
It is, but it's just, I just love that. Is it? Are those two pigs vomiting? Oh my God!
Damn.
And imagine using windscreen wipes. You can imagine the horror. Oh dear.
Probably won't have to try to find it. One.
Let's see.
Good stuff.
All right, I'm making some quite solid progress here today. I'm good with this. Now, large parts of the suspension. Now, I reckon my next effort will be more black. More black. Yes. Now, let's have a look at how this suspension operates. Okay, they are cylindrical. Oakley dokley. Oakley dokley.
You talking about fishing. I've been watching these people magnet fish.
Magnet fish.
Yeah, they take a long rope and they tie this really strong magnet to the end of it, and they throw it out there in like channels, creeks, lakes, rivers, and it goes to the bottom and it grabs whatever steel or metal down there. And
Okay.
yeah, you need to go on YouTube and Google magnet fishing.
That's interesting. So they're not actually after fish. That's just the term they're using.
Oh man, yeah, it's called magnet fishing because I mean you got a long line and you got like per se this is a magnet but not a hook.
Yeah,
and
I got it.
there you're trying to catch stuff, and man, the stuff people have found,
I bet.
Of junk and value, old.
I bet. And
relic.
you know what? I think there's a few things that they might find that they might not want to.
Well, this is true too. But
there's a scene in a movie called The Irishman, which is based on a book called I Heard You Paint Houses. And
that's kind of
basically creepy. Back in the day, of course, the done thing to get rid of a weapon you'd killed somebody with was just to throw it in a big river, because they didn't have scuba divers back in the day.
Well, a lot of people have found items of such. Yep.
Yeah. Totally unsurprised.
Nah. Yep. They have found safes that people have stolen and couldn't get into, and apparently were being chased, and they had to discard the safe and they throw it in the rivers.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, man. I mean, you would really enjoy it. I think there's one man in the I think he's in the UK. I can't remember what his name is, but he's really big. He got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and he goes all over the place doing magnet fishing. And he's found motorcycles, bicycles, old military weapons, guns.
I'll tell you where would be a place to do that, but you'd have to get a whole stack of different permissions potentially.
Really?
Be, through the Caribbean.
Oh, well.
Or parts of the Caribbean. If you knew roughly where you were looking for a certain shipwreck, if you know what I mean, you could probably get some interesting, but then you'd run the risk of disturbing the environment there, so maybe they wouldn't roll.
There's actually been a lot of people actually found some a lot of coins and stuff off of
I bet
here recently. Yeah.
I know that if you can get a shipwreck in international waters, note that. And of course, all this sort of to try and even pull this shit off costs so much money. But
that's always the kicker, ain't it?
Yeah, if you can find one and then basically get all the goodies off of it, it can be worth millions.
And there's also people that dumpster dive.
There's only one problem with wrecks in the Caribbean. If they're older ones, they might be Spanish. And all Spanish ships are still legally owned by Spain.
Oh, is that right?
And
interesting.
So if you find anything, a Spanish shipwreck, Spain's got to be informed, and they might allow you to salvage stuff, but 90% of the value goes to Spain or something like that.
Wow. And indeed, you would have good access to that information too.
Yeah, someone here not too long ago actually just found a.
That's interesting.
How old was that shipwreck? And they found
cunty, but it's interesting.
Loads of coins on it. I've seen these things where these people have been doing dumpster diving. They'll go behind like GameStops, department stores, stuff like that.
I know that dumpster diving behind supermarkets is considered by some, if you know, if you need to, you can get a remarkable amount of quite good food out of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And electronic stores, you can find laptops like MacBooks and stuff like that. This one guy found 32 of them, and because they had scratches on them and little dings from the manufacturer. See that fireball? Yeah. Let me muffins. And he took them home, plugged them up, and they all worked. And he sold them and made like $34,000.
Wow. Now there are tricks to that, of course.
Oh, you're always
in terms of you got to know what you're doing with what and what's what. It's like anything. If you don't know what you're doing with it, you might as well just have a lump of lead.
Yep.
But even then, a lump of lead to the right person can be quite valuable.
This is true. This one guy found a bunch of guitars, and 2 of them were actually really valuable. And he carried them to an appraiser, I believe it was, and the appraiser bought them from him, and he cleaned up 2 of them and sold them for I can't remember the amount of money, but it was a small amount. But the guy, he made like $3,000 off of them, so you know he was pretty happy.
Well, I believe I've told you about the guy who went to a garage sale. So the story runs. And saw these 2 guitars, $50, just you know, da da da. And he bought a pair of them quite happily. Because what he purchased, and this is another one of those things of you don't know what you got or how to promote it, whatever, you're not really in any position. Because what he'd actually purchased was 2 1959 Strats.
Oh, wow.
Worth thousands. Yeah. And the guy didn't know what he had. So to the wrong person, anything, even something of great value, is worth nothing. Yep. And when something's worth something, it's only worth what people are prepared to pay for it.
Oh, that's true. Absolutely, 100%.
Now, one
some
person will not
pay stupid money for stuff.
Pardon?
I said some people will pay stupid money for stuff.
These are all the things, aren't they?
They are.
Depending on what you're talking about, the amount of money that people will spend.
Well, when I first started my toy collecting, sometimes I went a little overboard, and you want it, so I'll pay for it. I'll go ahead and spend the money on it. But as time progressed, and you start getting smarter, and you start realizing the true value of some things, and you look and you search, and that's actually why I've got the collection I've got now, because I have spent hours on Macari and eBay and other places, And some people just go out there just to, catch some more on.
Things like one thing I've learned in recent times is what people want you to spend is not necessarily what they're worth.
This is true too. Yep, got to be careful.
And
then there's ones out there that have stuff you don't know the value of it, and Bassman can testify to this. I bought several vintage toys for a really good price. And matter of fact, when we went to that toy show in Raleigh, I was telling one of the Star Wars collectors there about an item I had purchased that was from 1981, still in the box, sealed, factory tape. I got for $75. And he said, "Man, that's a $125 to $150 piece, easy."
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, now I'm going to have to wind the stream up, but I've got to start on the suspension here. I'll give you a zoom in. There we go. You can see what I'm doing there. So I'll do
perfect.
the other three like that as well.
All right.
And then those bits that I have not done black will be red. Now let me clean my brush and I'll give you, good gentlemen, a bit of solo time.
Hey.
I am going to go and get ready to go and have a look at these houses.
Well, good
They've
luck.
all been put out by the same guy. So what I'm going to do at the first place is say, now look, I'm going to be seeing you 2 other inspections. A, is it okay for me to apply for all 3? And when he hears that, he may even just go, well, let's see what we can do, shall we? Because I know it's covered by the retirement villages thing and yada, 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 which ultimately means that it's meant for older people and da-da-da-da-da, so I might be able to walk into something, which would be fucking nice. Let's not hold our breath, but we'll see. Now,
Yeah, be optimistic.
you got to be in it to win it, mate.
Good.
Now, let's start with you, David. How you traveling?
Terrible.
Oh, dear.
Like
I
Steve.
couldn't hold everything and dropped everything. I knocked
Oh,
things
no.
down. So all I got is those 2 lights in the front. Try putting the others on. They're so smooth. I couldn't pick them up, and I was dropping everything. But I did the back. I did have the back wheels on, but because I dropped it, the wheels come off.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Because that's supposed to go in like that.
Oh, yeah.
That'll look nice, though.
Yeah. So right that way, sort of thing.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, very frustrating. So
Yeah, I bet. Never mind. All
So
right,
left it.
Bassman.
Well, I've been
You just
working
been-
on the computer and the medical box that goes in the back seat of the car. Got it all detailed. I got the keyboard done. Got a little cross done. I got to do the letters on that right there tomorrow. I mean,
nice.
it comes out. So yeah, so I got the keyboard done and the phone done and that, and it's got
Nice.
first aid at the bottom of it. And I'll do that tomorrow. And I got the radiator in.
Cool.
And got the exhaust on the engine. I got to paint them, but I had to glue them and set them up. So, and then I'm gonna drill out my holes and put my spark plug wires on it tomorrow. But that's what I've done.
All righty. Cool.
We're done.
Now,
Finished.
well, that is us done for today. Thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
First-time viewers, you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe. Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and follow, like, or subscribe. Now, tomorrow I get probed and manipulated. And so I'll be on at the earlier time.
Just don't lick your lips while they're doing it.
Pardon?
So just don't lick your lips while they're doing it. There you go.
I'll very quickly share with you. There's a former Prime Minister from here, a guy named Tony Abbott, and he's got some weird mannerisms. And one of them, he does this thing. And at one stage, there was this presentation of a portrait of another Prime Minister being made, and because she was the first female Prime Minister, there's these women gathered around, and he's off to the side doing his thing, looking creepily reptilian. And a part of me would think is, how are these women stopping themselves from saying, "What do you want, Tony? What do you want?" Jesus. It was just, in any event. But we'll be on at the earlier time tomorrow. So at the end of the day, We'll be on at a similar kit time and the same kit channel. We'll catch you good people then. See yous.
Good luck. Bye.